Greg Behrens. Your next performer is a comedian from a far time ahead in a galaxy long, long away. You've seen him at Jabba's palace, the Jedi Academy, and sail barges everywhere. Fresh off his recent tour of the Outer Rim territories, which no one went to, give a scummy and villainous Mos Eisley welcome to Greg Behrens!
Let's hear it for the Cantina Band, everybody. All right. They got that number down. It is definitely the EMF, you're unbelievable, of this universe. Fantastic song. We could probably move on. It's great to be here tonight to roast the Star Wars universe. I have a really bad feeling about this. Star Wars is easily the most parodied franchise of the modern era. It's not the easiest thing to write jokes about Star Wars, especially after George Lucas wrote 3 movies worth. You remember those? Right. As I assume it's customary in this galaxy, I will start with the 4th part of my jokes. Easily the strongest part. I'll get to the first 3 parts, but by then it's going to feel like it's been 20 years, and it's really just going to be a lot of flash with no substance. All of that? Come on. All right. I'm going to really ham them up, too. That's okay. That's how they do it. I know it's a long time ago here, but trust me, no one will ever enjoy a prequel in any scenario. Bless you. Or whatever. I don't know what you guys say here. No one will ever enjoy a prequel in any scenario. If it was going to be good, you would have started the story there, right? Like, you can't go back to it later. Yoda is the wisest dude in this whole thing, but that doesn't mean you have to arrange story structure based on his speech pattern. Good sense of narrative he has not. Thank you. I don't do a lot of impressions. Look, we have gnarly old scraggly-haired dudes that live in a swamp where I come from, but they sell duck calls on TV. And no one is interested in the way they think we should write history. Even though Star Wars, your saga is told in an unorthodox manner, at least when it gets to the good part, someone has the forethought to genocide whatever the race that Jar Jar Binks is from is called. Right? If you were on the fence about adding them when you started the thing, don't include them at all. Stick with the hundreds of characters you were confident in. That's just good writing. I had a little footnote in addition to that joke. It just said, see also Ewoks. I'm gonna be mean. I didn't know that was not allowed. Okay. I'm a bit concerned with the new movie coming out, however, though. There's been no mention of Jar Jar Binks, but they added a guy named J.J. Abrams. I wrote that before Danny did her intro. Now I feel like a real jackass. So don't fuck it up, dude. J.J. Abrams, I was talking to him. Misa will kill some myselfs. Like I said, I don't do impressions. I'm here tonight at Mos Eisley from a distant future and a different galaxy altogether. And everything exists tonight in a time frame that is appropriate to my jokes. I know that that doesn't make a lot of sense scientifically, but you guys have lasers that make noise in the vacuum of space. And you're controlled by an army that has never hit anything. So clearly science has no place here whatsoever, or logic. The majority of your leaders here still look to some ancient religion to guide all of their ambitions. And believe me, I get that. All right. I thought that would hit harder. That's okay. It's fine. It's great to be here on Tatooine, the home of the galaxy's whiniest children. Has anyone here ever grown up with two parents? I think anyone has that here. Much like the Sand People, mothers hide in single file to hide their ability to keep a man. This is a fucking roast. Come on, guys. You can't have your trigger fingers out like that. All right. Luke Skywalker is here tonight. Yeah, the whiniest of all children. Your voice infuriates me. It sounds like the voice of a gay guy playing the Joker in a Batman cartoon. Again, wrote a lot of these jokes before I heard the intro. Just to be clear. It's just awful. Almost as awful as your Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru's fiery death. You should probably finish your milk and head home. Too soon? No, it hasn't happened yet. That's not possible. It's too early, if anything. Obi-Wan Kenobi is here. He's the most pious guy in the galaxy. A spiritual leader who has changed the lives of many young men by touching them with the ways of the Force. We have those where I'm from too. They're called Catholic priests. The Force? Alright. You get it. How about Boba Fett? Yeah, big fan favorite, right? Yeah, he's got a rocket launcher, a grappling hook, and a jetpack, and then bumbles his way to his death after 12 minutes of screen time. You're the Inspector Gadget of Star Wars. He doesn't have the flasher trench coat, but he wears his underwear on the outside of his clothes. That's like the equivalent of the guy that pulls his pants down to his ankles to piss at a urinal. Same thing. You suck, dude. I'm into the prequel material now. I just meant like, ideally. I'm not going to talk about the prequels because they're fucking shitty. Boba Fett works for Jabba the Hutt. More like Slabba the Hutt, am I right? I don't know, that was stupid. Jabba placed the biggest bounty in history on the head of Han Solo. And then when he captures him, he freezes him in carbonite and then puts him on display in his palace. So you can look at him and never play with him. Sound familiar? Star Wars nerds? At least take it out of the box and play with it. You've got a Rancor playset that would be perfect for that. Again, thought that would hit harder. Okay. Really, though, before I get out of here, I just want to say I love the Star Wars universe. It's a huge part of my life, and I love you. That being said, I have tickets for the Sunday matinee of the new one, so don't fuck it up, Jar Jar Abrams. We've already talked about that, and that it wasn't appropriate for me to say. And if you're mad that I didn't roast any of the major Star Wars villains, it's because they're so one-dimensional. Alright, fine. Darth Vader couldn't make it tonight. He's being fitted for a new CPAP machine for his sleep apnea. It's kind of a good one, I guess. And I don't think that there's anyone more excited about Star Wars being brought back into popular culture than Donald Trump. Because he can just point to the Emperor and go, that's what I'm going for. All right, guys, thanks a lot. My name's Greg Behrens. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Here we are, gathered in this fancy basement to talk about a random space movie made 40 years ago. Well, that seems like a weird-ass thing to do. Well, it's not Plan 9 from outer space. It has nothing to do with killer clowns. It's motherfucking Star Wars. It's motherfucking Star Wars.